What's up, everyone? That awkward 10 seconds of silence is mostly good stuff. Hi, I'm back. I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to. I'm Elise. You don't know? And I'm hanging out here with you guys doing another miniature stream. Just making sure that everything is kosher. This, and we're live, and I love it. Anyway, guys, it's been a while. It's been over a week since I last streamed. Kinda crazy. A week and a few days. And hello, how are you? And I'm here doing a miniature stream mostly because I'm still recovering from my trip, but also because I got some cool stuff. And so I want to spend the next hour, maybe 2 hours, doing miniatures and talking about stuff and kind of just updating you guys on what happened the last week for my birthday and all that fun stuff. Live now, talking and putting together miniatures. Hashtag creative, hashtag Twitch creative, hashtag support small streamers, hashtag. Anyway, I'm very excited to hang out with you guys, and I hope you are too. And I hope that we have a good, great, old grand time doing miniature stuff. And I don't have any music right now. I might throw in some music in a little bit. I figure right now we're pretty okay with no music, right? I mean, there's no real need, right? Let's use that. So there's no notifications. Team's closed. Chats are open. Everything's great. You guys are great. I'm great. We're all great. So yeah, I'm back. I made it. I had some pretty crazy adventures. Some which I liked, some which I didn't. For me, had a pretty terrible flight, which I'll probably talk about in a YouTube video later. I got to see some really good friends. Some of them, actually, I saw the guys that I played Killing Floor with. If you checked out that video on YouTube while I was gone, hopefully you guys got a chance to watch some of that content. Unfortunately, I did not have as much time as I expected, so that was a little unfortunate. But it wasn't the end of the world. So we're gonna do some fun stuff with this. And I think I need to adjust that focus. I think it's, oh yeah, the exposure was. All right, let's put that up a little bit. So it kind of covers everything. Okay. Okay. I think I've dawdled long enough. If people aren't here, it's been 3.5 minutes. Um, Let me see if I can find the updates for this. So this is a figure that I want to put together that my friend actually got a few years ago. And he finally got it shipped out. I think this was 2014 was when it actually finished. So kind of insane how long this took, but this was a first time guy who decided to do miniature casting, which obviously takes a lot longer than most expect. So this is a specific model that we're going to be putting together today. And hey, what's up? Thanks. Yeah, my hair is short. That's another thing that happened. I chopped all my hair off. It's gone. I curled it today. I hate curling my hair. It was like curled the other way, and I threw it over in frustration like 20 minutes ago, and it actually looked pretty nice. So, screw me. I guess it works. Okay, so I need to. I was gonna look for this figure so I kind of have a good example of her. I'm not sure if they. That looks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of glue it all together, but I need to find out where it is. I'm not sure if they showed off this girl or not. I have a feeling they didn't. Dragon, demon, possessed dragon, maggot demon, vulture, playing. So, oh, here we go. Tree walker. Here's what I want. She looks cool. Okay. Hello, everyone who's hanging out. Thank you for hanging out. Anyway, so this is the first time this person has ever done miniatures. So you're going to see in this case, there's a lot of what we call flash, which in Arcadia Quest and things like that, they've gotten a really good production quality going where they don't have stuff like flash. But this one they do. So that means that we have to clean it up and just make it all pretty, which is always fun. Generally, these types of things are when you see me cut my hand, which is always really fun. Hello, Driven, welcome back. So we have like multiple versions. I need to figure this out. So we have like, they gave us options, I believe, alternative head and a jackalope. It goes on the bottom. So these were all the alternative stuff, which means that we most likely will, everything else will go together. So we don't necessarily need to worry about that. We just have to make sure we clean the rest. So I'm going to put the heads away. I'm not sure what head I want to do yet. So we'll probably clean up both of them just because. We also have this base, which as you can see, here's an example of flash. This is a thick flash. Basically, it's flash is leftover bits from when they produced the models. Generally, when you see flash, it comes in the form of, I don't know if you guys can see it here. Yeah, you kind of can see this like clear, thin plastic leftover stuff that comes off the machine. This is just the fact that they had a big sprue that they cut them off of and they had to actually cut it correctly. So that's why we're kind of seeing that. I'm not sure how thick this plastic is. So we might have some troubles cutting that off. But hey, look, there's flash there. So the reason why people like to clean up flash is because it leaves this like unevenness to the model, which when you're painting, it looks very, like you can tell when you paint because it's got this like line across it, which is, even though it's rock, you can not correct. So, you know, it's almost therapeutic cutting off this stuff. You kind of just chisel. It's like wood carving, plastic carving. You just want to continue to cut away at it, make it clean. All that. And the nice thing about this is rock. This is actually going to be really fun to paint because I can use a little bit of dry brushing, which really showcases rock really well. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do this model. I might do it all as a vlog. I think that might be fun, or like a let's paint style thing. Be fun. Oh yeah, that just reminded me. I actually was gonna potentially do a paint with me style, where people could join me and actually paint figures along with me. I should do that sometime. Live stream it. Give people a buying list of 3 or 4 colors, and then we just paint together. It'd be very simple. I'd have to find maybe like a $15 you didn't own. So I'm gonna make a mess. I don't have a vacuum at my apartment. So when I went home for the past week, I actually went to Ohio. I went back home. I saw Murphy. Not as excited as I thought he'd be. It's kind of sad, but you know, the last night he did actually sleep with me, so it made up for it a little bit. The jerk. Sleep with me like he did when I left for the first time, like when I moved out here. I think he knew something was up because I was packing everything up, and he actually slept for the first time ever in my room. It also might have helped that the window was open, so he was able to pull out of that. Like he liked it. And this time I didn't sleep in my original bedroom. I slept because my parents decided they didn't want to keep the old bed, which makes sense. It was a really old bed that I was using. So the my old bedroom wasn't like all made up or anything. So he ended up not really like he hung out with me, but he always went back downstairs. I mean, dogs are crazy. They always they do what they're used to. So he wasn't really used to me being there, and even before he didn't really love that boy though. Good dog. Good doggo. When I went in, he was like vibrating. Really funny. He just like you could see him just shaking his tail, and I don't think he recognized me in the beginning. But he did. He didn't go crazy. He mostly just the way he greets me is he usually like jumps up and tries to kiss me. So I'll lay on the couch and he'll just like put his body on top of me so I can't move and then just kiss my face. And he did that for longer than normal. It's really tough because it's like you don't want him to like, you know, stick his tongue in your mouth. But when he does that, it's like can't really breathe. So I have to like move my face away every so often so I can take a breath and just be like and then just have him kiss me again. This flag goes. Anyway, so I saw some of my friends, and I think I might be doing some gameplay with them weekend, hopefully. Possibly a Don't Starve Together game. It'll be fun. Because I think we might do like a full, big old group. Not sure if I can. I might need to like run this under hot water. Very thick. And I know you guys don't want to see me cut myself. That'd be unfortunate. Yeah, we'll set that aside. Oh, what a mess. Make more of a mess later. Uh, actually, don't do that. Let's get my this might be helpful. But I don't know if this is gonna help down here. Oh, it did. Haha. Perfect. Okay. Thanks, Game Nut. It was pretty good. The day before was pretty good. The day of my birthday was kind of lonely. Because everyone was there for the party on Sunday, and then my birthday was on Monday, and I kind of just sat there. But hey, you know, it's just a day. Just a day. Thanks for stopping by. I had pretty decent turnout for my party. And like I was talking about earlier, this is something that my friend finally got in the mail from his Kickstarter, so he was able to give it to me as a very belated birthday gift. Ow. Okay, so the rock base is done. We can set that away. Kind of move this out of the way. Next, let's focus on, I guess, the body. Look at the body, such a different color. Interesting. So, you see here's some really good examples of Flash, of just like pieces that don't really make sense and don't belong. So when you do that with the Flash, like you just kind of pop it off, it leaves a little bit of a mark. You just kind of, quote unquote, buff it out. Oh yeah, this neck has a little Flash. Well, it's a sprue, I guess would be the better term for it. This is actually going to go in the head, so we want to make sure it's a little bit clean. I'm sure they tried to make it as flush as possible. Doesn't really make sense. So now we're just going to kind of look around for Flash. Anything that looks like it doesn't really belong. Like maybe it just, you know, was hot plastic, just kind of pull away. Generally, when you have any like really close gaps like this one, Flash will kind of body generally looks good. Just little tater tots. Here's one. Two. And I think this is one too, which is kind of frustrating. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get away with that. I'm really frustrated. Okay, we'll do this. This has a lot of Flash. Little thin flashies. I have a noise gate on because my air likes to run a lot. It's like a small, oh, that's gonna be a pain in the butt. I might have to pin this. Looks like it's a small one. So pinning is where I drill a hole in the plastic and then I glue a paper clip in it. And that's usually done on parts where you're kind of combining two pieces together. It's a nice way to give it a little bit more stability. So like for all the figures I do for Arcadia Quest, you're not supposed to take them off the base, but I do when I paint them. So I've basically created a weak point because they need to be, like the base is pretty strong, so by cutting them off the base, all I've got is the little point of where their feet are that glues back, which is not that sturdy, you know. One person picks it up, it could break real easy. So I will take a little bit of, I will drill little holes in it, I will put in paper clips so that I can then glue them, and it adds another foundation of a paper clip all the way through. So instead of just having the tips glued together, it actually has like a full kind of bone through it, which is really helpful because I want it to stay stable. I mean, these are things even if I wasn't playing with them, I'd want them to be stable because, you know, it's frustrating when you paint them and then seal them and suddenly, oh my gosh, they fall apart. So it's just a nice little tool to add to that stability. So this might be a good figure for that as well. You never know. My gosh, it was so humid in Atlanta today. I like curled my hair. I hate styling my hair. I get so frustrated. But I curled my hair and like almost an hour later it was just like flat. I should probably just play against my colic and see how that works. Hopefully this weekend it stays sunny because I would like to actually go out and sit out in the sun for once and actually get rid of some of this white, literal white girl. Literal white girl status. I'd like to tan a little bit. Could have probably done it in Ohio if it wasn't raining. I'm gonna trim down this top part a little bit just to give myself some room in case it's a little bit of a tight neck, which it seems like these are not the best in terms of how they were molded. They seem a little bit, I guess flexible would be a good word for it. So I'm just giving myself a little bit of room. Sometimes you don't want to do it too much because then you end up having too much of a gap and a little bit harder. But then like I've had figures that have been so like close of a snug of a fit that you couldn't actually fit it all the way in. And so you'd have gaps where you have to fill it with green stuff, which was at the time a very frustrating process because you're like, I don't want to break this, but it needs to get as flush as possible. What do I do? Answer is you pray. You pray. Oh, poked my chin. Anyway, I hope you guys all had a very good weekend and week and all that fun stuff. Like I said, it was pretty fun for me. You know, I was glad to be back though. It definitely felt weird near the end. I don't know if it was like long-term stress of being so extroverted and then like my introversion coming back full force, or just like the sense of, I don't know, I haven't had a break like this in years. Like I don't know the last time I had a week off. I think that was the last time I had a week off like that was when I didn't have a job right out of college. And so, you know, it was a little weird after a while. I felt very restless. I mean, I definitely don't think I can get away with not working the rest of my life based on how I reacted to having a week off. The good news, I have motivation to keep working. I mean, having time off is definitely nice, but I feel like there's always a need to do something. Maybe that's a sense of there's always a need to make money. Because, you know, money is a very important thing, especially when you have student debt. Or even just as simple as wanting to get new games because you bought a system. So, I mean, I can see the appeal of having a little bit time off, but I feel like even then I want to do things. I want to go do stuff, not just sit around. Because sitting around makes me feel very lonely. So I'm always like trying to visit people. I think because I lived so long feeling lonely that I don't like that feeling anymore. I don't like feeling like there's nothing to do and trying to force yourself to just like watch TV or I feel like that's kind of what happened near the end. is that I was ready to go back and kind of get back into things. And that was probably like a little bit of my introversion. All right, I need to find something to do, and a little bit of other stuff. I don't know. So my neck really hurts sitting the wrong. So I'm leaning over. And I'm just kind of talking. Not sure if anyone's listening. I'll keep talking. Let's see. Let's see with the other arm. Oop. Let's say so far so good. I haven't cut myself yet. I say as I cut myself. Hey, my Magikarp training points are maxed out. God, my friends got me into Magikarp Splash, and it's sort of terrible. Or Magikarp Jump. I don't know if this is Flash or not. No, it is. Yeah, see, is between the fingers, there's Flash for like amateur sculptors, amateur printers. You notice this type of thing goes away. But, you know, it's really just the quality of the print. Fingers are especially tough. I did not mean to do that. Just made a mess. Let me actually look. Sorry, guys. No, it's not the best, but giving my neck a little break. I'm amazed at how many people can do this for hours on it. I mean, I will say streaming doesn't make it easy. Unless I had like a headlamp or a head camera. I don't. And I probably won't get because it would look silly. Here's the hand. Now I've got like a lot of smaller bits, like the two heads. Still don't know which one I'm gonna use. I've got an idea, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Got this cute little rabbit that's gonna go on the base somewhere, I guess. Cutie patootie rabbit. Little jackalope. Little jackalope. So if you got like this head looks more elegant. This is the more natural head that just has the whole green like bark root treat on it. Shorter. So I'm not sure which one I want to do yet. I like both, but you're only gonna have one head. You can't really interchange. Heads have a lot of flash on it. My goodness. So all my YouTube or my Twitch friends, I actually played some YouTube videos while I was gone. I did some Let's Plays and like an unboxing. If you want to check it out, just check out The Elise. Probably just look up The Elise on YouTube and my name will pop up. It's some nice little content that I created real quick light, so that I could have something be posted while I was gone. And I meant to post it all on Twitch, but I only posted one. Whoops. I'm not sure that's what Twitch is supposed to be for anyway, like Let's Plays and stuff, but I don't know. You're wrong. This figure was $75. That's insane. I thought it was going to be metal, to be $75 figure. Dang, man. I have to be like super careful about how I paint her up. Ooh, totally just cut it myself. Ooh. So I just poked myself. No blood. Huh, that's weird. Oh, there's a little dab of blood. Little dab of blood. Why so expensive? It was a Kickstarter. It's good enough. These I can't really peel off. Some of them you notice I like will twist off, kind of like a tooth. How tall when assembled? Probably gonna be like this big, so maybe 6 inches. I mean, most of the cost was probably so they could cover printing costs. It was a really cool Kickstarter. They had a lot of really cool critters. Come on, hair. Come on, hair. This one's kind of cool. She's got a little bit more of an earthy look to her, and she's got like this green twig style hair. I also have no idea how I'm going to paint her. No idea. I mean, I could paint her. Fall one would be cool. Like with orange and red leaves and stuff. If she even has that. I don't know if she even has that. Anyway. There's the Kickstarter. I just linked it. Yeah, see, this has more like tree, but the sculpt they did doesn't really look like it has trees. It looks like it's more vine. But it was cool because they had a bunch of cool dragons and stuff. Zombie dragons and everything, which is pretty cool. Plague dragon. No idea where all this stuff goes. A bit concerning. That's all the bits. I'm gonna have to figure out how this looks assembled. I don't. They didn't provide instructions, I don't think. They did. My friend Devin didn't. Thanks, Devin. I get to play Legos without the instructions. It'd be a very interesting game. See, this is the unfortunate part, is they have these little bits that kind of hold them to the sprues. But they attach to... Damn it! They attach to the, God, I'm getting myself paper cuts. They attach to the part where they're supposed to, like, connect. Told you guys, this is the fun part where I cut myself. Non-stop. Well. This is like a constant thing, cutting yourself when you do things like this. It's because it's so much easier to like brace it and then do things that the result. Oh look, my cut looks like a little stick figure man. Huh. Oh, blood warning. I totally just... I haven't cleaned it up. Hope no one is afraid of blood. I just missed that part. No longer bleeding. Being safe. And there's a little bit of nothing crazy. So Pyre, one of the games I played last year at, I think it was at PAX East last year, about a year ago. I guess is finally releasing. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, now we can kind of put stuff together, at least figure out how things are supposed to go together. I really have no idea. Sure. I wish they'd do a better job at actually figures. Okay, so she has a long leg. Oh, this is like her knee, I think. Yeah, so that's it goes there. That glues there. That glues there. These are her legs, and then I'm assuming it's actually not terrible yet. Because once again, Yanni, once again, okay, so there's one leg. And then her other leg. Her legs. Not sure how her body works. I'm missing an. Like I'm missing. There's one arm. Oh no, this is actually, I think her other arm goes like. This is terrible. If this is the case, this is like the worst thing ever. Because it really means that I'm gonna have to combine. I'm gonna have to use like the twigs. Oh, good. Not sure how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to use drill, I think. There's no way for me to really get stuff out of it. That's super unfortunate. Kind of frustrating. So I'm supposed to put this hand here, I think. And I'm supposed to put this hand. Fairest of. Oh, it's because I have a noise gate on and I'm mumbling. Ah, okay, so it's not as bad as I thought it was. Still kind of sucks. It's not the end of the world. All right. We should glue some stuff together, shouldn't we? What's up, Zach? How you doing? All right. So I'm using Hobby Glue. Hobby Glue is best glue because it basically melts the plastic, and then when it dries, it forms into a much sturdier base. I'm liberally applying it to the cranny here where they're going to connect, and then I'll just that there. And then we will... Oh, the trip back was okay. Not the best, but what do I expect these days? Okay, so we'll set that there for now. And I mean, when I glue these things, it's going to take about 48 hours for them to set. So I'm not going to touch them once I glue them. I mean, I'll definitely make sure they're sturdy, but I might not even glue it onto the base today. Just because I'm not like super confident that the legs and stuff will stay. Like this leg isn't really sticking right now, so we're gonna hold it for a minute or two. I used to think I needed to do this after I primed, but priming adds such a fine layer. You don't notice it, but it actually will prevent you from like being able to fit things flush if it's a really tight job. So this is about a 5.5-inch figure. Oh god, this is not gonna stay. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to hold this for more than a minute. That's really frustrating. There's no sound, there's no music either, because every time I play music on this, it always... Oh, I just got glue on my fingers. Whoops. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to glue that right now. I'm gonna go grab a paper towel really quick. Alright, let's see. I need to figure out a better way to do this. Because these are not... See, I put too much... When you put too much glue on... Oh my gosh, it's actually not a flush fit either. That's frustrating. Okay. When you put too much glue on, sometimes it can melt too quickly, and as a result, you will have it kind of turn to mush, and then it makes it harder for it to stay glued, which kind of sucks because this is also not a very sturdy figure for some reason. So I think we're just gonna have to, we'll come back to that part later. I mean, there's not much I can do about that right now. It doesn't want to glue, and I don't want to hold it for like 20 minutes because I'm lazy. So we'll glue something else. See, this one's perfectly fine. It just automatically sat. What we could do, that also isn't going to really work. So we've got a bunch of, we got the heads. Heads which aren't really, so it's gonna look like either that. I kind of like her. I kind of like her like this. A little bit more wild. I know it's the base sculpt, and these horns are pretty cool. But this doesn't seem as epic as the other one, you know? What do you guys think? I'm leaning towards this one with the big, massive horns. Horns are cool. Yeah, I think this one's cooler. I also have this. Not really sure how this is. One was one with the one. So, see this one. This one's gonna have to sit for a little bit. Let's see if we can do her head. Let's see if this will actually stay. This is probably another one we're gonna have to hold it for a little bit. So move that glue out of the way and hold her down a little bit. Interesting that she's like looking over her shoulder like that. It's a little weird, but hey, it's a cool sculpt overall. Head's not very stable either. Kind of frustrating, not gonna lie. Mostly because it is one of those things that you can't really do anything about. I just have to sit and wait. Frustrating. And even then, like when you think you've got it and it's stable, it could still kind of, if the weight's off, bend over and dry the wrong way. Thanks. Gotta figure out a cool way to color her. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna have to look at some nice trees. She seems very Amazonian. Maybe I'll base her off like an Amazon bush or tree or something. On sweetheart. Man, her head has a ton of flash over here I didn't even see. Crap. See, like, start coming off, so I gotta get back down. Oh, really? Right. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to drill the head in. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Let's see if we can do this really quick. So we're gonna drill a small hole into her neck. Actually gonna try to drill it pretty far down. Ah, silly Sarah. Let's get along. Here's along. So we're basically gonna put a rod in here that's going to allow us to stabilize the head a little bit more, because dang, is it frustrating when things don't work out. Because already I did this right. Oh no, we're good. Okay, cool. Put it down a little bit. She kind of looks like a face, kind of Trump's wife. See, we stabilize it by putting a little bit of the metal in her neck, and then we're gonna put a little bit of glue around it so that also can kind of melt on. By little, I guess I mean a lot. Sure, why not? As if it didn't already melt a little bit on there. Then we're gonna put her head back on and hope that at least that stabilizes it a little bit. It's a little concerning that it's so melted right now. And it's not lining up correctly. Push it a little right, maybe. Yeah, we might need to actually let it breathe. Dang, I hate messing things up. It's really frustrating. But if I'm not careful, I can melt it way too much. I don't want there. So we need to get as much of that glue off as we can and let it dry. How frustrating. All right, let's see what else we can play with before everything goes to hell. At least this leg's doing well. We got one leg. Gluing it onto the base is also going to be a bit of a pain. But that's staying pretty well, isn't it? Weird. Okay, what other stuff can we do? We somehow got to figure out how to do the hand. Because it decided that they wanted to do flash on the hand. Super lame. Arm's probably not going to stay. Huh. Let me think. I did this. It definitely did not stay. And it didn't want to stay on her leg either. That's a super loose connecting. What about this? Heavy. Let me think. See, the problem is that these actually aren't very. I've never seen like a big chunk of fluff in the crevice the figure in. I mean, I say that, but like, for example, the hand has a bit, but I don't see why this would be here. Get out of my way. Oh no! That, boys and girls, is why you have to be careful. How to get it out. Alright. Very weird that the armpit. Literal arm. Kind of disappointing. Said at the beginning of this, it was fun cleaning this up, but this is not a fun situation, that's for sure. Oh, that was weird. Oh! Let's see if the arm fits a little bit better now. I feel like it fits a lot better. Let's try the arm. And if the arm doesn't want to stay, I just give up. Let's hope I don't get my hand glued to this. This happened before. And you have a little bit of overflow. I would just like the arm and the leg to stay glued. That would be pretty nice. That'd be a nice situation, wouldn't it? These two things just worked with me today. Didn't have any issues, just stayed glued. That'd be very nice. Very, very nice. So how's everyone doing in chat? And people who are watching this post-stream, as I'm sure many will. How's everyone been doing? Can't believe it's already Wednesday. But done. Can't believe it's already Wednesday. I could find a way to drop. Oh, this is not gonna work either. Maybe it's the glue. The arm already fell off. It's either the glue or it's the fact that this paintbrush's paint's actually starting to gray. But you know what? That's fair. Sometimes you have a successful glue and sometimes you don't. But the more glue I put on, the more likely it's going to ruin and weaken the plastic, so we don't want to do that. See if we can do that hole really quick. My birthday trip was pretty good. Had a lot of really good friends show up. Played some games, got some gifts. All in all, it was a really good event. Felt like spring break. Coming back to work after a long week off. And that's awesome, Oni. I hope you're successful with all your streaming that you're about to do. I'm just re-drilling the hole in her neck to see if maybe that'll help. Since it seems like I didn't drill the hole. Yeah, I totally did. That's fitting so much better. Let's try gluing that one. If I can get the head to just settle, that would be ideal. I was thinking about playing GTA again. It's been a while. It's been a hot second since I played GTA, but I thought maybe I would check it out. I don't know if my computer can run it. My computer apparently can't run things anymore. Despite the fact that it could run things before. It's a little bit more upset these days. Plus I picked up, or I got as a gift, Disgaea 5. I think I'm saying it right. And I need to play that. I don't know if I can play it by myself. I'm like, oh my god, this is a very heavy tactical RPG, so I need chat to help me out, I think. A little bit of chat support. Come save the day. Wouldn't be a bad thing. It seems like a fun game. And it's the complete edition on the Switch, so I was like, hey, that seems pretty good. Alright, Lecan has a head. There she is. Look at that head. So she's gonna be about like 5.5 inches. Which is insane. It's a very big lady. It'll be very interesting. I think I'm gonna paint her, maybe vlog it. So just set up a video and kind of just paint progress. Not the whole thing, of course, but definitely major updates and explain my process and do that, because I feel like I'm gonna be very try-hard with this girl. I'm not sure if he has a website. CreatureCaster has a website. Yeah, creaturecaster.com. Looks like they have looks like they're actually posting art and everything. Treewalker bundle. How my Treewalker look? I guess so. You know, it'd be great if you could show me a painted Treewalker. Ooh, the Glutton Demon's pretty cool. I'm gonna post that in chat. I'm looking for a picture of a painted figure. Maybe on the blog. Huh. Let's look up CreatureCaster. Maybe someone actually painted it already. Oh, that person did a really good job. As I thought, is mostly wood. Someone added foliage, which is pretty cool. Artificial foliage. I don't know how I feel better on their head, but definitely like the little moss-like stuff throughout looks really cool. So basically I'm just gonna do a wood study, apparently. Never really painted a wood before. That'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to probably mimic that, and I don't know. Silver birch? I don't know. That would be interesting to do. Not so typical bark. Stain on my shirt. Oh, so that's like a black with a white. It'd be interesting. Anyways, guys, I think that's about it for me today. I'm sorry it's so short, but I think tomorrow I am most likely going to come back and play an actual game. I'm still kind of mentally recovering. It's, you know... Ooh, I was supposed to send that out. It's the first time I'm back after the holidays. So I need to kind of get my life together a little bit and figure everything out. So it's just a quick stream, just kind of to get back into things, talk to you guys, say what's up. And tomorrow we'll get back to playing something. Not exactly sure what, but we'll have to figure this out. So guys, thanks as always. I'll probably host someone. Let's see who's streaming right now, who I can host. Let's see. Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth, Brawlhalla, Friday the 13th, the game. Player unknown. Battleground. I guess I'll host Fats. Friday the 13th, the game looks interesting. Stick around, guys. As always, see who I host. Let's send a wave over there. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow doing some sort of game. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe I'll play my new Switch game. Maybe I'll play some more Breath of the Wild. Who knows? Whatever it is, I'll be back to hang out with you guys. So I hope I will see you. Thanks. Bye, everyone.